the time. Okay, now we are going to be discuss today's class about how we are going to be. Uh, my screen is visible to everyone. Can someone answer? This one, developing a map
Yes, sir.
reduce application. So how we want to develop a map reduce application? So what are the application means? What is the meaning of application? So generally we can simply call it mobile app now. So what is the meaning called app? So to the app we are going to be get some more useful information at the top of the screen. So whatever it, for example, the application which means of something related information should show on the screen when the user searches this term. Yes, sir. So for example, we have an app. For example, you can see the what we can do. Some networking we can make, and we can select a particular person. We can do one-to-one chat or one-to-many chats. We can have a platform to share images and text messages, whatever it. So what are the features are enabled on that? So everything we can able to use it. The same here. Here, what is the meaning of map reduce means? We know that we are going to be perform operation on a big data set. We are performing operation on data set, and we are going to be find out some useful patterns to the users. So how these useful patterns are going to be shown means, so based upon the users searches, based upon the user searches. So user is uh, giving a queries. So like is asking queries how to view the data in a proper manner. So that is the graphical representation how we want to make it. So that is everything. So in the chapter 3 we saw about the map reduce model. So writing a program map reduce has a certain flow of it. You can start by writing your map and reduce functions. So the map reduce program entirely is going to be different. That is a two parts, two different parts. One is a map part and the one is a reduce part. So then we can call it the map function and a reduce function. Ideally, with unit test to make sure they want you to expect. Then you can write a driver program to Java. So I think this topic we need to remember the concepts of building blocks of Hadoop. No? So there we have not only these five parts, we have programming part, we have a driver code and combiner code, partitioner code. Have you remember these words? So that is a driver program to run a job, which can run from your IDE using a small subset of a data to check that it is working. If it fails, you can see, then you can use your IDE. That is, IDE means what we can say, integrated development environment. So something the environment where we can develop the applications. Okay, so that is IDE debugger to find the source of the problem. With this information, you can expand your test, unit test to cover the space and improve your mapper or reducer appropriate to handle such input correctly. So we are having some platform. For example, simply if I am going to be write a program. So if the program, if I am going to be write what is your aim, you can know that. So based upon the aim, you are going to be write your program. So where it is going to be check your program, your writing program, where it is going to be checked. Your program where it is checked, it is going to be checked on the compiler. So if compiler is shows any errors or anything a problem, then we are going to be rectified and we are going to. Same way here, the map reduce program where the IDE provides these type of debugging things. So whether the data is visibly correct or not, something is fault with that one. Whether we need to change with some more input, or we need to change the column, or we need to change the data set properties, or we need to change some configurations. Whatever things, it is going to be shown by the IDE. Okay. So when a program runs as expected against the small data set, you are ready to unless it is a cluster. Running against a full data set is likely to be expand some more issues which you can fix as before by expanding your text and map or reducer to handle these new cases. Debugging failing program in the cluster is a challenge. So we look at some common techniques to make it easier. So how we are going to be write it, and if any issues are going to be affected. So similarly, is the program getting any errors? So when we are doing compile, we are going to be getting any errors, we are going to be modify and we can see that how come it is test cases, maybe when you are going to be develop a program. So for example, even if sometimes even some numbers it is gives a proper output, we are giving some other numbers we are going to be get a wrong output. That also. So certain test cases we need to implement properly. For example, for this I will tell you one simple example. For example, the username is given, the password something you have given as okay. For example, you are checking with one text box. For example, text box should takes only characters. So how many characters you want to fill that text box? Okay, so if the filling characters should be whether they small cases or upper cases. So it is taken. For example, you simply type something, maybe a capital or small letter. You type something, you click submit. So it has taken. So do you feel that the text box always takes a small character? It is the same way if you perform. For example, the application is given to the users. The users always ready with performing with the small cases. Can you expect that one? No. So such the way the testing is more important. So each and every point of view, we need to check that particular text box, whether how many characters it is taking, whether how much of data is going to be getting, whether it is taking a uppercase or lowercase, whether it is taking a combination of characters and numbers. Are, for example, if we take an address text box, is that address is contains only a text? No, maybe it contains door number and plot number, whatever it may be. Some not only similar data, we have a different heterogeneous data may be available. So if the heterogeneous data is available, how we want to manage this heterogeneous data? So by that we need to check all the things. Even if the text box should take special characters also. For example, if you are writing door number is generally we are going to be write a door number. Either maybe we are going to be give a hyphen, or we are going to be give a colon, or we are going to be give a dash, whatever it may, or underscore, whatever it may be. The user may trying to enter the data in many manner. So if it is not possible, so for example, you are not that much of testing feasibilities are not providing, definitely you need to mention in the text box. So simply while you are writing something text box, before itself the button we will give. So enter your username. So for example, enter your first name if you are asking. If sometimes you are asking like this, or sometimes that box inside itself, some text is so enter your text. Once you are clicking, that will be disabled and you are going to be typing something it should. So I will show you like when you are going to be create an Gmail. So have you remember how to create a Gmail? So So how we are going to be write? It is asking some basic details, no? So how the details are going to be asked. So enter your username and password, first name and last name, date of birth, all those things. No? So like that, how come you are going to be Gmail account? Yes. I will see that example creating a Gmail, how the data is. See that the first name and last name is there. Whenever we are going to be clicking, that is going to be going up. So you need to enter the first name and you need to enter the last name here. Okay. So how the data is going to be shown. So you choose your name. So please confirm your password. So sometimes how it will be asked. So here there before itself enter your first name equal to colon. Okay. Generally above your fill a Google form. You are going to be give your name and you have to enter. Then the question and your answer like that. So anyway, how you are going to be mentioned. So here there is no permits to whether the first name content should, for example, if you want first name should contain only a character, then definitely you have to mention, you have to give the information as mention only a character. So such type of information you should give to the user when they are going to be optimize your application. So that type of user usability should shown every time. Then only it is an very useful and perfect application when it comes to user end. When you write a program to expect the against a small data set, you're ready to use layers to run on cluster. Running against the full data set likely to be exposed to more issues you may fix before it is by expanding your list, and mappers are reduced to handle these new cases. Debugging falling programs in the test cluster is a challenge. So we look at some common techniques to make it easier. After the program is working, you may wish to do some tuning first by so after programming is working, you may wish to do some tuning first by running those some standard check for making a map reduce program faster, and then by doing the task profiling, the port filling profiling distributed program is not a trivial means checking once and twice, number of times you are going to be checking. Trivial method we are going to be taught. So, but Hadoop has a hooks to avoid looks to avoid aided the process. Before we want to writing a map reduce program, we need to set up the configuration. So that's only the installation of Hadoop system is three types. So first of all, when we are going to be configure, the time itself we need to give a proper configuration. So how we need to insert our database and how we are going to get the statistics and all. So and that is a configuration to a development environment. And to do that, we need to learn a bit about how Hadoop does configure. So how we are going to be configure the Hadoop. So we are going with MapReduce. That is whether we are going to be local or EasyCode or fully distributed, which type of configuration we are going to be using and how we are going to be managing. So various we have the three different meanings for installation of these Hadoop system. So when the data is locally optimized, that is data is not going to be changed when the data is inserted to the system. So that is it is offline database we are going to be calling local system. When we are going to be considered as a online, and it is going to be updated as come as every day it is going to be updated. That time we are going to be use a fully distributed system. And pseudocode distribution. Sometimes we are going to be stop getting the online data whenever, for example, up to today we have an online data we are going to be processed and we are going to be added for tomorrow. So there is the name itself we can simplify that one. Local database means offline system, and pseudocode distribution means so in a certain level we are going to be stop the data set and we are going to be processed, and fully distributed means whenever the data is good to be updated is automatically the patterns is going to be changed. So that is the three ways of these developing environment Hadoop systems. So the configuration of API. So components in the Hadoop are configured by using a Hadoop own configuration APIs and instance of configuration class. So we can found these class in these org.apache.hadoop.conf package. So represents all the collection of configuration properties and their values. Each property is named by a starting and the name and the type of the value may be one of the several types, including Java primitives such as a Boolean, int, float, long, and other useful types such as string and class and java.input.output file and collection of strings. So these are the useful data types we are already saw that what is int, long, float, and how the Boolean data types in the Hadoop system. So configuration needs their properties from the resources of XML files. So the installation of Hadoop, we have core site.xml, hdfs.html, various types of XML files also we need to configure that way. We can see that also. So we see that the XML file. This is for simple configuration of configuration one.xml. How we are going to do. So see the properties. How we are going to properties. So wait, heavy, true, and wait, and how we are going to be done. So assume that the configuration file is called configuration one.xml. We can access this as a piece of code like this. So configuration, how we are going to be called this XML file configuration, add resources, how we are going to be add. So how we are going to be get the color assets that how color assets, no, how we are going to be. So assets, that means so color we are going to be give size and breadth and width, how we are going to be made it for that. So there are a couple of things to note. Type information is not stored in the XML file. Instead of the property instead that interrupted as given a type when they are read. So also get method allows you to specify the default value, which is used by if it's a property is not defined in an XML file, as it's a case of breadth here. So how we are going to be, so some small issue was there to interrupting also. So combining resources, how we are going to be combining. So these things get interesting when we are more than one resources are defined as a configuration. This is used to Hadoop to separate out of default properties from the system. So defines internally in a file, in the file is called core site.xml. I told you, core and core default.xml or core site.xml. See that another one, core site.xml. These are the specific files how we are going to be used to combine all those things. So these are the configuration 2, where we are have using configuration through the base level of all this data. So properties defined in the resources that are added later override the earlier definition. So the size property takes the values from the second configuration file, configuration2.xml. So that assets we are going to be add, size file we are going to be add, the size is 12 we are going to be mentioned. So each and every, if something property is missing from the previous configuration, we are going to be get another configuration. So now to get full configuration. So for example, we don't need any size. So further we simply enough for configuration 1.xml. So we need size also. We need a configuration 2.xml file also. So see that this is a configuration asset size 12. So however, the properties that are marked as a final cannot be override the later definitions. So the weight property is a final, that is the first configuration file. So we turn to override it. The second is a phase, which takes to a value from the first one. So if we know the keywords now final and auto, we have keywords now extend. So if we mention as a final keyword, we cannot change that, we cannot override it. So for that, it takes from the first itself only, that asset weight and heavy. So attempting to override the final properties usually indicates the configuration error, so that the resulting warning messages being logged aid diagnosis. So administration mark the properties as a final that demands the site files they want to user to change their client side configurations for job submission parameters. When the job are submitting, they have to look at that whether the final keyword is mentioned to what asset, and they have to remodification when they are going to be load the data into the Hadoop system. So the variable expansion, how we are going to be expansion a variable. Configuration properties can be defined in the terms of other properties. So are the system properties. For example, the property size weight in the first configuration file is defined as size and weight, and these properties are expanded by using the values found in the configuration. So that is so both we are going to be combined, and we are going to be, so the previously that is size and weight we are going to be defined separately, so such that it may we get some uh, properties are not going to be set properly. So that's mainly, so that size and weight we are going to be directly, we are going to be given as single asset. So that is the asset that gets size hyphen weight. So that is we are going to 12 and heavy, but both we are going to be combined. So the variable expand we are going to. So system properties takes the property override the definition resources files like. So how the files are two different files that will be size file and the system. So general assets and the system assets, how we are going to manage. This feature is useful for overriding the properties command line by using G property value in JVM argument. So Java Virtual Machine is provided these arguments, and there we are going to be marked out. Note that the while configuration properties can be defined in the terms of system properties, unless the system properties are redefined using the configuration properties, they are not accessible through the configuration API. Hence, so the system is again the length size we have mentioned there, and length and what is the size of length, that is a 2, and the system assets we are going to be mentioned, and the general assets how we are going to be mentioned. So configuring the development environment, how we are going to be mentioned the environment. The first step is to download the version of HDF Hadoop that you plan to use the unpack in your development mission, that is described as then. Then your favorite IDE to create a new project and add the jar files from the top level, the unpacked distribution, and from the library dictionary to the class. You will then be able to compile the Java Hadoop program and to run them as a local standard. So we know that there is a three different, so there is a local, how we are going to be use the standard one. So the reason we are not going to be get any online data to process. We have offline data to process. That is a local standard application ID. So managing how you can manage the configurations. When we're developing a Hadoop application, it's a common to switch between the running the application locally and running on the cluster also. So that is we are changing the three different configurations are there. So if how to change from local distributed system to fully distributed system, that is a general offline system to cluster system, the cluster. So in fact, we may have several clusters you work with. You may have a local pseudocode distributed cluster that you likely to test on a pseudocode distributed cluster. Once you have demon all the runs on a local machine, setup these made will be covered in appendix 2. So that is we have downside we have all those information how we are doing. So one way to accommodate these variations, so how these three type of variations, how we can manage. So Hadoop configuration files containing the connection settings of each cluster you run against, and you specify which one you are using. You run Hadoop application tool. As a matter of best practice, it is recommended to keep files outside Hadoop installation directory too, as this makes it is easy to switch between the Hadoop versions without duplicating or losing settings. So for this purpose, so this mentioned about how the book was about this one. So these are the configurations how we can change. So configuration fs.default name. So file system default we are going to use the file, and the mapper job tracker how we are going to use general local system how we are going to use. So Hadoop local system.xml file is there to run all those things. So finally, how we are going to be made this file system to with the job tracker and task tracker name. So setting users identity. Mm, Setting user identity. So the user identity that Hadoop uses for permissions. So identity means, for example, how you can your mobile identity. For example, you may use as a some pattern, or you may use as your fingerprint, or you may use as your face login. Something that is to that it is identify your same that how the settings user identify. So the user how can identify. Here determine running the OMA. So that is who am I. So the command is who WHO AMI, who am I command on the system, on the client system. Similarly, the group names are derived from the output of parameters running on groups. So when a single system, you can simply type a command who am I, and another one running a group, you can call as groups. Okay. So if, however, the Hadoop user is identified is different from the name user account which on the client mission, and you can explicitly set your Hadoop username and group name by setting the hadoop.job.ugi property. The username will use a specified common separated segments, for example, like this. So Peterson is the name, and directors and inventors. So would be the Peterson is the group name to the directors and the inventors. So like that. So you can see that identity that HDFS web interface run on the settings by dfs.web. So we know that how we can run on the browser. So that is a URL which we are going to use. So there is a port number and //dfs dot ugi. Since that is syntax default is web user and web groups, which is not super user, it may use. So that is a simple meaning of how we identify. So whom am I? So that is a command for you single users. When groups, you are going to be use a groups command, groups groups command to check whether who is on the particular command, who is on particular runner of the code. With this setup, it is easy to use any configuration with a configuration command, that is a -cynet command line to switch further example to command slower directory to the HDFS servers running on pseudocode distribution. So that is Hadoop FS. So configure. So local host.xml -ls. So what are the things we have? LS means a list of what are the. So we have a Tom supergroup and a Tom supergroup from the date and the time. It was we found two items in that. So this is a file. No? We know that map reduce file, how we have the two types. We are going to be used number and reduce map function like that. So how if you omit the configuration option, so that is that command you can omit in that particular line, you may pick up the Hadoop configurations sub directories under Hadoop installation. So depending on how you can set up these, how can you see set the this, and you may for the standalone setup for the pseudocode distributed cluster. Tools that comes with Hadoop supports the configuration option, but it is also straightforward to make your programs. So such that the program MapReduce to support using the tool interface. So we have various generic parser tools and tool runners we have. We will see these things in the next class. So you can even mention these things, which properties I can set. So this is the one we can see. Generic options, parsers, tools, and tool runners, how we are going to do. We will see in the next class. So still anyone having any doubts, you can ask me. I think I have